Good morning classes. So we are in chapter knowing our numbers. Today we discuss the topic approximations and estimations. What is the utility of this thing? First we have to understand. See, while you are solving the questions related to mensurations or you are solving the questions related to plane geometry, say for instance you have a rectangle whose length is 17 centimeters and width is 13 centimeters. Okay. So how approximation or estimation will help us in calculation? 17, we try to change it into the nearest tens. So 17 is closer to 20 and 13 is closer to 10. So 20 into 10, length into width will give us the value 200. So the area is going to be somewhere near 200. So this is estimation. Approximate area is 200. This is not the absolute area. While finding the absolute area, you have to go for 17 multiplied by 13, right? 13 into 7, 91, carry 9, 13 was a 13, 13 and 9, 22. See, it is approximately 200. So you get an idea what happens by approximations. If you have done the calculation and you find the value which is completely away, which is completely different from this approximated value, estimated value, then you will definitely get to know that your calculation is wrong somewhere. So to rectify those errors, to eliminate the chance of committing error, we go for this method of estimating or taking the approximation values. So we always try to convert, the estimation is always done in the scale of nearest units, nearest tens, nearest hundreds. How this is going to help us? Say for example, the temperature of a city was noted. So 7 consecutive days we have noted down the temperature and we found the temperature to be 21.3 degrees Celsius or 27.9 degrees Celsius, 24.5 degrees Celsius, 28.1 degrees Celsius. Say for example, for 4 days you have taken this. Now what is the average temperature of that city? Very simple, take the approximate value. Now we have decimal expansion here. We will convert them into nearest ones. So 21.3 lies between 21 and 22. 21 or 22 के बीच में. It is very closer to 21. 21.3 is somewhere here, closer to 21. So we will write the approximate value as 20. Now 27.9 is in between 27 and 28, but closer to 28, right? So we take this value as 28. 24.5. Whenever you have 0.5 or more than 0.5, it is always converted into a whole number next to that. So 24.5 will be taken as 26. 28.1 is in between 28 and 29, but it is closer to 28. So we take it as 28. Simple. Add them all. 22, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 102. This is the total temperature of these 4 days. Average temperature divided by 4. 25.5. So you have an approximate value, estimated value of the average temperature. Now what happens when you calculate the absolute average, actual average, you will have to add them all. 101.8. See, it is very closer to 102, right? Now divided by 4, you will get the absolute value. This is the estimated value, approximate value. So the system, the process of estimating or taking the approximate value will always help us in developing precision in our calculations to avoid the situation of committing errors. So always remember, you can convert them into nearest units, nearest tens, nearest hundreds, and when you are dealing with numbers of very high magnitude, then you can convert them into nearest thousands or 10,000s or millions, whatever it is, whatever you have, whatever type of data you are analyzing. One more example. We can also use estimation in our day-to-day life also. For example, a person has a monthly income of rupees 10,000. it is estimated that 30% is spent on food and all those things, grocery and all. So estimate the 30%. This is 30%. This is not approximate. Sorry, this is not absolute. Every person may be spending different amount of money, but estimated. It means on an average, a general person spends 30%. Right? So this is estimation. This is not the absolute value. 10% is spent on house rent and all those things. So it is estimated value, approximate value. 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. So it is not necessary that every person who is on rent is paying rupees 1,000. Someone may be paying 1,500, some other person may be paying 700 or 800, whatever it is. That is absolute, but approximation. So we also use approximations in percentage and all those things in our day-to-day life. For example, you always use the technique of estimating. Like if someone asks you what is the height of so and so person, you just estimate it. You are not finding the absolute value by measuring the height. Okay, so we should always use this process of estimating the values or taking the approximate values in coming closer to the absolute values, right? So we will explore this topic more in the next class.